4 areas that needed to be, inshallah ta'ala, in place if you wanted to quit any sort of addiction, with exceptions, as I mentioned, to hard drugs that require a higher difficulty to deal with, and also injecting certain medication into the person's body, because the withdrawal symptoms could be deadly in some cases. May Allah protect us all. Say amen. So the first thing is a stage that I call environmental invasion. Environmental invasion means that you look at your environment and ask yourself, is my environment encouraging and conducive to iman-driven activities, productivity, practicing the deen of Allah, or is it encouraging for something haram? For example, how many of you here have got cell phones? Now, how many of you, be honest, inshallah, take the cell phone or internet device into their bedrooms? How many of you hold the cell phone the first thing in the morning? As soon as you wake up, that's the first thing you touch. Allahu Akbar. And then we say we're not addicted to it. Now, if someone is addicted to internet, whether pornography or other things, and the phone is in your heart all night, it's just there, do you think you will not relax? Do you think you will be magically, okay or right on your own? Do you think Allah will send you some angels to prevent you from using the phone? But if you restricted yourself and made a policy that phones will be outside the bedroom all night, your children grow up in that culture, they will adapt, they will understand that no internet devices to be used in isolation. This is a weapon that many parents give their children, weapons. To an extent that today, in some parts of the world, 1 in 10 porn users on the internet is under the age of 10. May Allah protect us all. So we have to invade our environments and look around and clean it and make it protected. Once you protect your environment, new actions will be born. Once these actions are born, what will happen to our brain? Your brain will adapt. Allah created this piece of flesh, our brain, subhanAllah, with the ability to adapt. Second stage is structure. When the Prophet ﷺ migrated from Mecca to Medina, the first thing he did was building a masjid, a Masjid al-Nabawi, where that was the meeting place for the Prophet ﷺ and the early companions. It was place of worship, place of study, place of reading the Quran and Ibadah. And it became so important in the heart of every believer in that time. Why? Because it was serving them as a protection from the outside world. So you have to have a structure in your life. You have to know exactly what you're going to do from the minute you wake up to the minute you sleep. Once you leave yourself to yourself, you are a loser. Number three is the hardest one, and that is ignoring the pain associated with good actions. Ignoring the pain associated with good actions. Is there anyone here who we call nerds? Ask those people who love to study. Tell them, do you really enjoy the process? Do you enjoy the hours of studying and memorizing? Yes, you have passion to achieve something. You enjoy that. But do you really feel that it's easy task? Or is it absolutely difficult and requires dedication? And sometimes you feel like you're giving up. True souls. Ask doctors who've gone through years of studies to become, to deserve that title, that honorable title of being a doctor in a society, right? Ask them, was it simple? Was it easy? No, it wasn't. So anything good that you wanted to achieve, remember that with it, there is a task. I was watching an interview of a footballer from England, who said that the suffering of training is too long. But once you win a trophy, all these sufferings are vanished. And what remains? The winning moment. The winning moment. Unfortunately, and the most important one is people. Involve people in your life to support you. If you are addicted to anything, it is nearly 100% of the time impossible for any individual to break free from the kind of addictions on themselves, on their own. You need to have a support system in place. If you are a husband addicted to anything, confess that addiction to your wife. If you are a wife, don't do the same and go to your husband because you might punch him in the face. Rather, you go to your family members, to someone respected in the community that you trust, because men and women, they react to these things differently. So be careful, be wise, but find someone that you trust. The Prophet ﷺ said, and this is the best remedy. Remember, the best remedy comes from the Quran and the Sunnah of the Prophet ﷺ. Don't go too far. The Prophet ﷺ said, "Al-mar'u ala deen khalil." In another narration, "Al-rajulu ala deen khalil." A person will have the inclination to follow his best friend. فَلْيَنْظُرْ أَحَدُكُمْ مَنْ يُخَالِفُ. So be careful who your friends are.